Hey everyone, welcome back to the StarSteer onboarding series. In this video, we're going to cover the well correlation mode and how you can use the correlation panel to display wells, add logs, and pick formation tops. So let's get started by opening a new correlation panel. Go to Window, Correlation Panel, Create New. This opens a blank panel. Next, let's enter well correlation mode. Either go to Mode Well Correlation or just press X on the keyboard. To display wells on the correlation panel, I could manually activate them from the object tree, but for larger projects, it's much easier to create a correlation line on the map view. In this project, I want to correlate nearby laterals and a type well around this newly landed Hartman 2H lateral in the center. With the map view open, I'll click New Correlation Line in the Mode tab, then click to anchor my first well, and keep clicking the wells I want to include. Then I'll just double-click to finish, and the correlation panel is created. The panel is given a generic name, but I can double-click to change it. Now in this panel, you can tell which well is vertical and which is lateral by the icons. The straight down arrow means type well, and the curved horizontal arrow means lateral. Before adding logs to the vertical tracks, I want to change the domain. Right now it's set to true vertical thickness. So go to Window, Domain, and I can switch between measured depth, true vertical depth, or true vertical depth sub C. I'll select TVT SS for this example. Now I'll turn on my gamma logs, which can be done individually from the object tree, but the fastest way is from the group tree. I can turn on logs which are grouped by the same name, or turn on the gamma log family, and they'll appear in each track. Next, let's review some navigation essentials for the correlation panel. You can zoom in on the tracks with the scroll wheel, and by clicking the wheel, you can pan up and down. You can also adjust the gray scale bars on each track to pan or zoom in the same way. By default, all tracks are locked for consistent scaling. So to adjust wells independently, go to Window, Lock Scale, and turn it off. Now we can adjust the scale of one vertical track at a time. To bring the scales back to normal, I'll reset and re-lock. To change the track width, just use the slider in the bottom right. And to add more log tracks, right-click the log track and click Add Track. For example, I'll add ROP to this flying horse well. You can add extra scale tracks the same way. Right-click Scale Track, Add Scale Track. Tracks can be removed by double-clicking the header or right-click Remove Track. I'd also like to reformat this panel, so I'll select the Hartman gamma log, go to Log Format tab, remove the fill, and adjust the min and max. I can do so by clicking and dragging the values on the track itself, or I can enter them manually in the toolbar. Let's say 10 to 150. I like this look, so I'll right-click, Apply to All, and this will format the other wells in the exact same way. Next, let's bring in Topsets. I'll turn them on from the group tree. Right away, I notice two wells without tops, Hartman and Busselman. The Hartman well doesn't have tops yet, and we're going to pick those in the next section. But the Busselman well, it does have tops, but they're not showing because its topset name doesn't match the others. Right-click and rename it to match, Topset 1. Now the lines connect. But there's one last top that's not showing. It's named Anacacho 1, while the others are just named Anacacho. I'll rename that too, and now all the tops connect correctly. Now let's move on to picking tops for this Hartman well. First, let's confirm we're in well correlation mode by going to Mode, Well Correlation, or pressing X on the keyboard. I'll start with the Anacacho top. To get a better view, I'll flatten by Anacacho by double-clicking the line, then unlock the scale, and I'll zoom the Hartman log closer to where the top should be. Now I'll right-click, Add Top. A top is created in the object tree and can be renamed. So just hit F2 on the keyboard or right-click Rename. This new top is formatted green, and I want it to look consistent with the rest. So I will go to the Anacacho top in the Busselman unit, right-click, Copy Style. Then paste the style to the new top. Now for the next top, I'll go over a quicker method. First, flatten by Austin with a double click. Then I'll right-click Austin in the group tree and select Set Active. Notice the fire icon showing it's active. Now I'll double-click in the log where the gamma matches the marker. The top is added and shows up in the object tree. And to continue, I will right-click Reset Active. Before I pick the next tops, I want to bring your attention to the red triangles in the vertical tracks. These are markers on the last survey point. See how the flying horse gamma logs are overlapping? This means this well dips upward, causing the overlap in TVT-SS. Switching to TVT Scale will clear that up. So I'll go to Window, Domain, TVT, and watch the logs unravel for a cleaner view. If a gamma log is not visible in TVT Scale and you see a warning icon, it means there's no starred interpretation. StarSteer needs this to know which interpretation to reference. So I'll right-click the Hartman interpretation, set starred, and now the data appears correctly. Let's finish off the final picks with the Ghost tool. I'll zoom in on the tracks to stretch out the gamma, double-click the upper Eagleford to flatten, then unlock the scale to bring the Hartman gamma up. Next, I'll create a ghost box on the stone unit type well by right-clicking the vertical track and selecting Ghost. Then left-click and drag to draw the box over the tops and gamma signatures. This ghost box can be adjusted or even flipped if a formation overturns. I'll drag it over to the Hartman well and align the upper Eagleford. Notice that the tops inside the ghost can be adjusted individually. This looks good here, so I will double-click to pick. Then I'll do the same for the lower Eagleford. When I'm done, I'll close the Ghost tool with the X and reset the scale, then lock to check the overall geologic trend. Now I'll cover a few last tips on the interface. Reorder wells by dragging their track over to a new slot. Remove a well by double-clicking the well name header. When you remove or reorder wells, the correlation line also updates in the map view. And don't worry, when you close the correlation panel, all your work is automatically saved. You can always reopen it under Window, Correlation Panel. That's it for this walkthrough of the correlation panel. You should now have a solid foundation for using it in your workflows. For more information or demonstrations on the correlation panel, visit the ROGII knowledge base at kb.solo.cloud or visit the ROGII YouTube channel.